You get custom decor, color coordinated, and it's cost effective. Plus, it's all contained in one package of fun paper. Today, we're helping you crank out the cutest party pieces in nearly any theme. Papercraft designer Jill Broadbent is giving us the formula. It's great to see you.
You too?
Hey, paper never goes out of style.
Paper, I love paper. And so I wanted to bring something that showed you how you can do almost any party. Today, we focused on a baby shower. This could be your birthdays, holidays, an anniversary, anything you needed to throw a party for. The nice thing about using just paper as your base is that you get to choose the patterns and the colors, and it's already planned for you. Whatever line of paper you used, they did all the hard work of matching, you know, the patterns that work well together and the colors. And so you just get to kind of pick what paper speaks to you for the theme you're going for, and then run with it based on the paper that you grabbed.
Well, that speaks right to your first recommendation right off the bat, which is to start with some sort of a coordinated paper collection.
Yep, exactly. So here I used Simple Stories. They had a beautiful, adorable boho baby,
It's
you know, kind of fun
darling.
for, like, maybe you don't know if it's a boy or a girl. This is a really good collection, but almost every brand has really fun patterns and papers that you can use. So.
Let them do the work for you. All good parties start with a good invitation.
Right.
Paper is your friend.
I still love getting
I do too,
Okay,
Jill.
good.
No, I do. And I'm not judging all the e-birthday
not at
invites
all.
I've received. They're darling and fine, but there is something about holding it in your hand. It immediately communicates this is going to be fun. This is going to be special.
Right. I think the invitation kind of sets the mood for what you're going to expect when you come to this. It's important enough that I want you to be here, so I sent you this invitation. So this, so easy. I printed it on vellum just because I think that adds a fun touch. And then this is just the pattern paper, and most pattern paper is double-sided, so when you fold it over, that's all we did here was just fold over the top and print your invitation information. I used a fun little brad that, again, was part of the ephemera of the collection. And so easy, like, you know, you can make a dozen of those in 30 minutes. It's so easy.
Here's a good broad piece of advice as well. You say when we're creating with paper, you want us to think in simple shapes.
Yes, because that's how this is all coming together. It's not super elaborate. It might feel elaborate, but that's what I wanted to show was how easy you can make these things with just your basic shapes. So let's look here.
Cute.
Just some simple balloons.
Yes.
But these are just basically circles. There's some hearts and clouds thrown in there, but all I did was sew 4 circles together to kind of get that hot air balloon feeling. You can just sew those straight down and create this fun garland. The little rainbow ones I just added in because, again, lots of these brands will have ephemera collections. So the little die cut pieces.
What did you call it?
Ephemera, kind of the extra little pieces.
New word
so
on a Tuesday.
These are just in a package that you buy, and all I did was take them out of the package and sew straight down them. So I didn't have to do any work to get those, but these I just cut from the pattern paper and made the circles and the shapes.
I haven't seen this balloon installation effect with the clouds and the raindrops.
Yeah, I thought it was just a fun way to kind of speak to the shower, but that's really fun.
It's adorable.
So the circles too, if we look at the front of the table, I've made a few banners. There's circles just sewn together.
Yeah.
Then there's triangles just sewn together. And then the squares were pattern paper. Now, lots of brands, again, will have this same thing. You'll see the pattern paper with the fun patterns you can use. And on the back side, they'll have these cut apart sheets. So that way, that banner down on the table is just this piece of paper cut into pieces and then sewn across. So I turned these pieces into a banner.
And you look like the extra of all extras, but really you've just cut and strung.
Yep, it's so easy.
Yeah.
So then same thing with the triangle. You know, I went a little bit bigger, and then you could put this like on the back of the chair of the guest, you know, the person you're honoring. So triangles, tiny, triangles bigger, you can get a lot of different things.
We often talk about decor being like a centerpiece or decor being a photo prop. You like to use decor to make take-home gifts as well.
Yeah, so I thought this is a really fun idea. Again, the paper had this already in it. In the 6x8 pad, that was a piece of paper. So I thought, oh, I'll just pop that out and put it in a frame. So this can be your decor. Same with, like, you could buy a nice little plant. I made a little pick to go in it because that just kind of brings that theme in. And maybe this is what you send home with, you know,
the honoree.
Yep.
Yes,
and then these could be just fun little favors. So these are just straight from Walmart, you know, any of your little garden centers. And then I just wrapped it with a little strip of the paper, put a little toothpick with, you know, just some of the little pieces in it and just stuck it in the plant. Again, it's so easy.
Yes.
Send someone home with something that just feels like it's part of the theme.
Yes.
It makes it feel a little special, but it's so doable.
And it speaks to the truth that the small details pay off. Like
Right.
you said, you snagged that at Walmart.
Yep.
An easy purchase, an inexpensive purchase, but it looks elevated with that
Right.
simple touch.
And then it kind of becomes your decor, but then at
Totally.
the end you're like, take it home and
Take
enjoy.
it home.
So it's kind of fun.
I was thoughtful. I'm sending you home with a takeaway.
Yep.
You can amplify the theme, you say, in small ways. It doesn't have to be
Yes.
big statement making every time.
Exactly. So here's all kind of like our little food ideas, right? So store-bought cupcakes or make your own, whatever you want to do. But again, we just took a little bit, a circle and a sticker from the collection and put them on a little toothpick and stuck that in the cupcake, and that brings the theme in. Just wrapping, I have paper, paper napkin, but I wrapped it with a little bit of paper and a piece of washi tape to pull that
Jill.
together. I love doing just a paper cone, just turn that around, little table tents, and then even just something as simple as just wrapping your vase with some paper.
Look at that.
So just everywhere that something's kind of standing still, find a spot on it that needs a little
Paperify
paper,
it.
right?
Totally. And
So-
finally and quickly, an advice book comes together really easily with this paper theme.
So this was a fun one, and you could do this by just taking, again, these papers. I cut these apart, and they become these 4x6 cards. So you can have people journal on those. Even when they're smaller, you can add multiple in one. And lots of brands, again, will have like a little book. So this one I added some decor to make
This
it kind of
is
cute, but if you wanted to leave
cute.
it plain, totally cute as it
Yeah.
is. Or even if you wanted to, you could just bind all the cards that people write on.
Yep.
You could bind it with some ribbon down the side.
But it
So-
becomes a memento, a memory
Yes.
of the day.
And I think that's kind of the special thing, right? Some photos from the event.
Yeah.
I always love sending the honoree home with something that people wrote about them
Yes.
or photos of them from that experience.
Showered with love.
So-
We love it, Jill. Thank you so much. Fresh ways to use paper in an inexpensive, simple way that will create a party that is to be remembered. How can we connect with you online for more
Yeah,
ideas?
I am on Crafty Afternoon on Instagram. So
Crafty Afternoon. You should be following. If you aren't, we'll give you a link on our website.